Michael, the Freedman name's synonymous around the world in racing, but you made the move to Singapore. Was that a big decision for you?
Yeah, at the time it was. I mean, things were pretty busy back in Australia back then, and I had to give it plenty of thought, but it was something I wanted to do, mainly for my own benefit, you know, to sort of branch out and do something for myself, and you know, so far it's been a pretty good move.
Well, you entered the training ranks here in 2008. It didn't take you too long to get amongst the silverware.
Yeah, well, you know, it all, I guess, gets back to getting the right horses involved. I mean, you can't train slow ones to run fast, but I ended up sort of getting a nice team around me, and yeah, I think so far I'm pretty happy with the way things are gone.
A couple of those good horses back in the early days, Mooring and Always Certain and Teeny, they were great stable bearers.
Yeah, absolutely. They really sort of got me going, and you know, they'll live long in my memory because they sort of hit the ground running here, and you know, it's very important anywhere to sort of get your name up there and prove to potential owners that you can train a bit, and those horses were integral to that, that's for sure.
Coming from Australia, did you notice a big difference in the pattern and style of racing, and was there a lot of difference, a lot of adjustment to be made as to how you train your horses here?
Yeah, I think, you know, obviously the climate's a very big difference to where I've come from, so that took a little bit of adjusting. Probably not so much the racing style. I think, you know, it's not too dissimilar to the way, you know, we race back at home. Probably training-wise though, to fit in with the climate more than anything has probably been the biggest adjustment, and that did take a little while, but you know, I think we've sort of got our head around it now.
2011, you took Better Be the One to Dubai. That must have been a great thrill for you to run such a competitive race in the Old Course.
Yeah, it was. I mean, he was another horse that sort of came up from Australia and did a great job here, and then to be able to take him over as my first international runner, and you know, 50 metres from the winning post, we looked like we might be going to win, but we just got nosed out by a very good sprinter, and it was a great experience, and you know, it certainly whet my appetite to travel a bit more with horses, and whilst we haven't had a huge amount of success doing that sort of the last 12 months, apart from a couple of trips up to Malaysia, you know, I'm hoping that I can have another crack again this year.
Did you ever wonder what might have been if that little horse called Rocket Man hadn't have been around in those days?
Yeah, we've chased him home a few times in good races. Look, he's been great for Singapore racing and you know, putting it on the map in many respects, and he is a fantastic horse, so it's certainly no disgrace to be running placings to him, but yeah, on certain occasions it would have been perhaps a better result had he not been around.
A couple of other more recent stars to arrive in the stable, Mr. Big and Super Easy. They're real stars of the future, those two.
Ashluck is down the outside, running on strongly. El Milagro goes up to tackle Totality. Shuttle Man, Cashluck, Super Easy trying to get through. El Milagro went to the lead over Shuttle Man, kicking on strongly. He gets the run now, Super Easy. He bursts between them, going within Cashluck, but Super Easy massive in the Guineas. Super Easy wins it by a neck.
Yeah, well, Super Easy's been amazing. You know, he won, I think, 12 straight here, and ran second at his last start here in Singapore over a mile, but he's been a fantastic horse to me, and you know, I'm looking forward to hopefully one day seeing him, you know, maybe return to New Zealand and stand at stud down there, because he's got a pretty good pedigree, being a son of Darcy Brahma, and I think he could do a good job. And yeah, the other horse, Mr. Big, I mean, there's not much of him. He's probably not the most accurately named horse, but he's an amazing little fella. He's had 19 starts, I think, and hasn't finished out of the money once, so he's certainly been a bit of a revelation.
To you, is Super Easy the best horse you've trained up here in Singapore?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I think it takes a good horse to win 12 races on the trot anywhere, whether it be Singapore, Australia, or the UK or the States. So, you know, he was able to win the Triple Crown last year, and yeah, I'd say so far, you know, he'd be far and away the best horse I've had here, and probably Mr. Big number 2.
You've got quite a big operation here in Singapore. It must be a very hands-on type of setup for yourself.
Yeah, I think it is. Training horses anywhere, you know, it's pretty hands-on and pretty full-on 6 or 7 days a week. But, you know, it's what I've sort of grown up doing, and yeah, I think I'm very fortunate to have been able to sort of get here and have some success, and then get the support of owners both locally and back in Australia, and yeah, I'd rather be busy with a full yard than not.
And away from the track, what does Michael Freedman like to do with his spare time?
Well, I like to play a bit of golf, although I find the weather here a bit hard to cope with the golf. But it's certainly one of my passions away from the track. And yeah, I like spending time with the family. I mean, they're a big part of being up here, and the kids at the age they're at now, it's great to sort of be able to spend a bit of time with them.
And what about the future for Michael Freedman? What does that hold?
I don't know. Hopefully, you know, can continue to have some success here, and you know, I don't sort of have any immediate goals or plans, but take things as they come.